Here we are looking at the next third down of the Dolphins-Raiders game. Before we start, just a quick apologies for the blurred picture. Have no idea why I can't take a clean screenshot on Game Pass sometimes. Also, a quick request from me that if you do like the videos or do like the breakdown, please leave a like or join or subscribe to the channel. With that being said, it's 3rd and 9. The ball is on the Raiders 45. The previous play was a short run by Gaskin. Now let's have a look at how this play breaks down. A quick look at the passing tree. So we start off in trips right, but we motion to twins right tight. Tight defining that they're close together and close to the line of scrimmage in this instance. At the bottom of the screen, we will have Hollins at F on the outside, who has a flat crossing route. Next to him, we've got Gaskin at X, who has an outbreaking route at 13 yards. And then on the far side, we have Bowden, who also has an in-breaking route at 13 yards. And I think it's Ford, I've got his name in brackets, who also has an in-breaking route, but breaking at 15 yards. It's basically a levels concept. So let's have a look at how the defense play against it. Now looking at the defense that they're going with, that the Raiders are going with on this third down. First thing I want you to draw your attention to is how many defensive linemen they have on the line of scrimmage, and that they have 6 defenders against 5 offensive linemen and 1 running back, so it's 6 on 6. Now, if we look at the second screenshot of the defense, we'll see that they've got 1 high safety in the middle of the field, and everyone else is basically man across the board. So man, depending on routes, but they're defining initially on the middle of the field. They're defining who covers who by who enters their zone. So let's have a look, see how that actually breaks down on film. Okay, so let's have a look at the Dolphins offense against the Raiders defense again on this third down. You can see here we've got trips to start off with, at the trips right at the top of the screen, trips right tight. The Raiders are trying to disguise the defense. They've got 2 safeties in the middle of the field. So far in this series and this game, they've seen a lot of trips on the Dolphins on third downs. So let's have a look to see how we counter that. We're going to see Hollins motion across, and that changes the Raiders defense. I'm just going to pause it there. Now, the outside, the DB, nickel, has walked up and is playing press coverage. We've got corner who's, you can see, about 10 yards off. Here now, this free safety has walked down. I said earlier in the breakdown that I thought it was man coverage. I really don't think it is initially. As we just break the film here, you'll see that this defender, the middle linebacker, everyone else is his own. The corner is waiting to see how the receiver breaks. So it's zone coverage. This DB is close to the receiver because he's in his zone. However, that being said, when the defensive players recognise who's in their zones, they stick with them. This is a great example down here. 20 sees Gaskin break out and goes with him. The free safety waves off Hollins to the middle linebacker, and you can see that they flow across. Great place to stop. This is a mess here, and we'll look at that in a moment. The only route that's really not on is Bowden and the shallow cross, because Tua couldn't throw that because he doesn't know where this linebacker is going to go, tight coverage. However, he's got one-on-one coverage on the outside with, I think, Ford, definitely Gaskin, and this is his hot route on the cross from Hollins, but he can't take it because this pocket breaks down. So let's have a look now why the pocket breaks down. So looking at the pass pro scheme, we've got 6 on 6. The difficulty is we don't know what the middle linebacker number 54 is going to do. There's lots of issues going on here. You can see who's responsible for what. Just a reminder, we've got Gaskin in pass pro. It'd be easier if we look at the box film, so let's do that. Okay, so now we're going to look at this scheme and frankly, really poor pass pro. As I said earlier, the Raiders are crowding the offensive line of scrimmage, and they've given us a few problems here because we don't know how many linebackers are going to blitz. So, looking at the problems working left to right, Jackson is one-on-one with that defender. Now, Flowers, who we traded back to the Washington yesterday, has got 2 issues. He knows that Gaskin is in pass pro, but he's threatened to the A gap and to the B gap. So who's he responsible for? He can't pick both, and he doesn't know if that linebacker is going to bail. That's really good technique, because the heel's off the ground. It looks like he's going to blitz, but you can't tell. Moving on, the centre and the guard, Carreras and Davis. This is a 3-tech, so and we've also got the B gap threatened by 99. Davis would know that he's not going to get any help from Hunt, who's responsible for that defensive end. However, initially in pass pro, we have Davis and Carreras go to the 3-tech, and then Davis comes back late to 99. Flowers let's just have a look at it, so first thing we're going to look at is Flowers. So right here, linebacker showing blitz. Right now, would you buy a used car from a salesman, as my fellow coach, Mr. Daniel Meyer, hello if you're listening, would say? Listen, you don't bench press like this. It's terrible. This is awful technique. So he's trying to protect both gaps, and he can't do it. So right now, you can see this linebacker is changed pass pro. So now he has to come back to this defender. He's only got one arm on him. Thank God Gaskin's there, because Gaskin's got leverage. He's down low. He can attack that linebacker. Flowers, this is not good. It's really Gaskin doing all the work here. Flowers is just a participant, gone to Washington. Don't care, move on. All right, so we're in half slide left. Right, sorry. So right now, let's look at Carreras. Carreras should be responsible for this linebacker defender by himself. Davis, for whatever reason, gets involved, and then is late coming back to 99, who essentially collapses the pocket. I don't know what communication's going on there, but it's shocking. We've got a new O-line coach coming in. It's just awful pass pro. The scheme, the communication, the whole thing sucks. Talking about scheme, let me show you or tell you what we should have done. Easy for me to say, sat in the UK, I know. But there's something called full slide. We could go full slide right. The premise of this is that essentially the offensive line would leave the defensive end. Now, don't go crazy. Stick with me. The left tackle Jackson would take 42. Flowers would take 54. So even if 54 bails, Flowers can still find work. 67 Carreras would take the 3-tech. Davis would take 99, allowing Hunt, the right tackle, to take the defender. Now, I mentioned that we would leave this defender. Gaskin, who we've already seen can pass pro for days, would take that defender. Why didn't we adjust to that? Is it not on our scheme? I haven't seen it in this game. We've got rid of the O-line coach. We've got a new OC coming in, so hopefully we'll address those issues. Flowers is also gone, so it'll be interesting to see what we do there. So let's have a look at the next play.